Discovery Channel wanted to up their ratings, so of course they had this very, very gimmicky stunt that included a man who was supposed to be eaten alive by an anaconda. But watch what happened.
Stand by, guys. Stand by. I'm starting to feel like she's consuming me. Nobody move.
I think it's going for his head.
Oh my God.
Guys, my face is down. I can't feel my arm. She's squeezing hard. My arm's torquing. This thing's gonna break.
Okay.
Let's go.
Get his helmet off. Body armor off first.
All right, so although that seemed action-packed, a lot of people had a problem with the way that that show was publicized before it aired. So before it aired, it seemed as though the man in the video, a naturalist by the name of Paul Rosolie, was eaten alive and then regurgitated by the snake. But that's not what happened, as you guys saw in the season or the show as soon as it aired, right? Toward the end of the show, the anaconda was shown biting his head and wrapping itself around him. That proved to be too much pressure for him. He freaked out. He was supposed to be wearing a protective suit that would prevent him from being crushed by the anaconda, but the suit wasn't enough. Obviously, because it's a fucking anaconda, right? So they saved him. He didn't get eaten alive by the snake. And people were really, really upset about this because of the way it was publicized before it aired. Now, I'm curious to see what you guys think about this false advertising. Maytha, let me start with you. Make your point.
This is precisely why I don't watch television, cable television, any television, because they do anything to fill up the content in between ad space. So I'm really happy that I didn't watch the 2 hours of this. 2 minutes was far more than enough, but like you were saying, some of the commentary was borderline ridiculous and inhumane. Like, oh my God, he wasn't eaten. Well, I mean,
people were disappointed.
So they're like, I guess I could be a TV host because I wasn't eaten just like the host or something like that. But I think the more ridiculous commentary for me was actually PETA and Change.org petitions that called it animal abuse because apparently the anaconda used too much energy that it could have used on other things. And this from organizations that won't say anything about like leashing dogs and keeping them in like, I don't know, midtown apartments. But
I'm by no means a fan of PETA, don't get me wrong, but I actually think they made a good point about this. Look, I am against animal abuse. I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, so people will say I'm a hypocrite, but I'm in favor of the ethical killing of animals so I can consume them, right? I don't believe in torturing animals for our entertainment. I don't believe in, you know, factory farms that torture them before they're killed for our enjoyment, you know? But at the same time, if an anaconda is gonna suffer any type of harm in the name of entertainment for the Discovery Channel, I'm against that. So I think PETA made a point.
Right. And I agree with that, and I boycott zoos. I don't go to them at all because I also think that's incredibly inhumane. But I think the interesting point Rosalie had made was that he was trying to do this to shed light on the habitat of, which was I mean, it was a good point, but completely irrelevant.
Right. Christian, what about you? Make your point.
2 things I'd rather watch instead of this is Nicki Minaj's Anaconda video, obviously, and I'd rather watch Ice Cube and J-Lo in their Anaconda movie. That was a lot more entertaining than a lot better acting too than what went on in this video. So yeah, it was just not suspenseful or action-packed, as you called it.
Well, very good point. Very good point. Now, now I get to ask you guys an inappropriate question. If you had to risk your life to attempt that stunt on TV, or you had to have a sex tape featuring yourself leaked to the public, which would you choose? You have to pick either or. Christian.
Sex tape, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, sex tape, first of all, it's not, you don't risk your life making a sex tape. I mean, that looked pretty risky to me. I mean, I wouldn't want to be wrapped up by a huge anaconda like that. Second of all, my sex tape would be a lot more entertaining than that was. That was pretty boring, that was pretty lame. And third, just yesterday I Googled Kim Kardashian's net worth, and it was about like $65 million, so.
What makes you think that people are going to be that interested in your sex tape?
Because it's going to involve you.
Yeah, just I have a hunch.
Maytha, what about you?
Well, I'm not trying to like throw myself into a threesome, but yeah, I would definitely like sex tape. Come on, at least you enjoy the activity.
Really?
Yeah,
I
of
am
course.
so surprised.
No, but you know what's really interesting is that I'm a really private person. I probably have hinted towards that before, but really like exactly what you were saying. I mean, come on, look at what happens when people make sex tapes. Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian, and really, does she have any other sort of lasting impact but that moment?
Wow,
I'm just trying to survive. I'm a grad student right now.
I hear you. My answer is completely different. Give me that fake protective suit and put that anaconda in a room with me. I would much rather risk my life in that stunt as opposed to sending out my sex tape.
Animal ethics now.
No. Fuck animal ethics. I don't need anybody seeing what I look like naked. Okay?
I mean, you have been in a room with an anaconda before.
You're so inappropriate. All right, well, comment in the section below. Tell us what you would rather do. I thought that there would be a split here between men and women. Because
No, it just got hot in her.
Apparently not. It did get hot in here. So tell me what you would rather do. And also comment on the Discovery Show. Did you watch it? What did you think? Were you disappointed? We love hearing your comments. So make sure you share your stories. And we'll see you guys soon with another episode of The Point.